Second concept is finding out the infinity norm here. So the infinity norm here, so which is the infinity norm of given square by square matrix or square matrix here. So the infinity norm of a given matrix will be represented in such a way here. So the Matlab will calculate the given equation here. So we need to have the infinity norm. So let's we have a matrix is our A matrix or our B matrix is such a way like this. So we need to find the A matrix as well as the B matrices in a very interesting way. So the infinity norm of a given matrix is written in a Matlab. We have n is equivalent to norm of A comma infinity. So the basic difference between the one norm of a given square by square matrix and the infinity norm of a given square matrix is displayed in a such manner. So we have B11, B22. Let's say this B is A1, so which is equivalent to we have A11 matrix here, A11 matrix here. I have A12 matrix here up to ANN matrix, and so here we have also n by n matrix are also displayed in a such way. So our first column is B1 here, so B11 matrix, so B11 matrix up to n by n matrix here. So our matrix size is 3 by 3. So the basic difference in here is, so in both cases it will take the same summation, the product principle. So the main thing is in order to remove the negative sign matrix. So if the matrix value is negative, after the absolute value of any negative number of A is equivalent to A, which is the norm principle. So the basic point is in order to remove such negative sign here. So now the infinity norm of a given matrix is so-called like which is the sum of this B11, B21, B31, B12, B22, B32, B12, B23 and B33, which is the norm of the matrix, and the one norm of the matrix and the infinity norm of the matrix is basically they are not the same. The way of computing in both hand as well as in Matlab general code generation is also different. So simply the way is like this. So you have to take this B11, A11, it doesn't matter, A11, the maximum of the magnitude of A11 plus the magnitude of A12 plus the magnitude of, this is not the magnitude, it is the absolute value, sorry. So the absolute value of 13, the absolute value of 21, the absolute value of 22 plus the absolute value of 23. And now comma, in between there is comma, by the way. You have to take only the maximum value. Here there is also again we have a comma, you have to take the maximum of these three. So you have two things, you have to sum up this row, this in this case you have to sum up the column here. You have to sum up the column here, and in the infinity form you have to sum up the row here. So you take this for the infinity case, and you will take the row matrix in the column matrix summation for this case. So this is the simple logic, and then sum up and put those all, and then you have to select which one is maximum. If it is negative, the negative sign is out of the absolute value, it is positive, and then you have to select, let's say this value is equivalent to let's say 22, comma 33, comma 44, let's say it is 44. So you have to select this out of this matrix is here. So out of this you have to take sorry, for this given matrix, you have take 22, 33, 44. So 22 is less than 33 is less than again 44. So the 44 is the maximum value. So the one norm of this matrix is so-called 44. As well as you will add up the row matrix. This is for the column case. If the row matrix and the matrix order is like this, the sum of the matrix order is like this, 22, 33, and 44. You have to select the maximum. So this 44 will be the one norm or the infinity norm according to the value of the matrix. I mean, according to the summation value of the matrix. So, which is basically very simple when the size of the matrix is small, or which is maybe up to 3 by 3 matrix is simple. But the size is greater than 3 by 3, which may be 5 by 5, which may be 6 by 6, which may be 7 by 7 matrix. So for 5 by 5 matrix, or it may be 6 by 6 matrix. So you need to have Matlab code. So if that is so, we need to write some kind of the algorithm here. So Matlab is a very essential point in order to compute that. So let's go to the Matlab and how we compute the norm of those matrices. So first of all, you have to open your Matlab here. So already I did the first class, the first session. You'll see in this one norm. So in both loop algorithm as well as the normal way, we got the same value. So now here I will show you that the infinity norm. So it is a very simple. You will see the way. So here we have infinity norm here. So in the first case we see the one norm. So in the second half you will see the infinity norm of a given matrix. So we'll see it here. So remove this command window. We'll write in CLC and it will remove. So first I have so-called A matrix. Let's say A matrix is equivalent to a sine of here, sine of the size of the matrix. Size of the matrix, I need A. Again, the dimension of the matrix, and the dimension of the matrix D, and also D here, sorry, D. I have to close the side here, sorry, and then I have to separate this column. Then I will try to put the size of the matrix in. Our size of matrix is 4 by 4, let's say, which is 4 by 4 matrix, 4 by 4 matrix, and enter the bracket. It will display for us the 4 by 4 matrices here. So after writing this form, and you have to close the bracket. After closing the bracket, it will display as a 4 by 4 matrix here. So our matrix is 4 by 4 matrix here, look. So which is a 4 by 4 matrix from A11 up to A14. I mean A44. So the diagonal matrix is this one. Is the downstream is so-called the row matrix. To the right and the left part is so-called this row matrix. This is the column matrix. So the downstream is the column matrix, and the right side one is the so-called row matrix. So for this case, we have to compute with some illustration. So we have to give the same way. Let's say our given matrix, so-called L, is equivalent to, we'll take this matrix. So we'll see this matrix. We have to put anything as you want. So for my case, I will take this one. So let me, this is for basically for illustration purpose. So you will take any matrix. For my case, my matrix is B1. before that, let me show you the one norm of this, I mean the infinity of this A matrix. So the infinity norm of this A matrix is, let's say, n is equivalent to norm of A, comma infinity, which is inf. So sorry, I have to write in a small, so the Matlab only recognizes this one. So the norm of inf, so for this case only the diagonal form here. So the diagonal, I mean the row matrices are summed together here. So we'll see. So enter. Yeah, look, the row matrices are in here. So the maximum of the A11, the maximum of A12, the maximum of A13. This is row 1, A11 up to A14. Yeah, this is the row matrix, and then you have to separate in a comma, and finally you have to compare the four matrices. So which one is greater? So the greater one is the infinity one. The greater or the smaller one is the infinity one. So we'll see that one. So now we'll take the some kind of illustration. So let's our L matrix. L is equivalent to so called, I have to take 5 by 5 matrix. Let's see, 4 by 4 matrix. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, no, again 4, 5, 6, 7, then 7, 8, 9, 10, then 11, 12, 13, 14. So which is 4 by 4 matrix. Then close the bracket, and then it will display as 4 by 4 matrix. So which is a 4 by 4 matrix here. So my target is in order to find the norm. So this n is small n is equivalent to small n is equivalent to norm of L, capital L, comma, no, capital L, comma, infinity, sorry, which is small, again small letter, cap locks, reactive cap lock in, then turning the open bracket. So for this case, the one norm of the matrix will display in such a way. Look here. So the one norm of the matrix is what? 50. So the same is true if you need some kind of algorithm here. One norm is also available. You have to guard the one norm. So the inverse one norm, infinity. So you need to have also the duplication for that case according to the program. Yes, you have to introduce, you have to start with so-called the comment, and then you have to if and then loop, then after you have to put the matrix value. So finally it gives you it asks you to enter the Matlab matrix order, then you will give the matrix order, and it will display for the infinity norm of the given matrix. So this is all about the two forms, the infinity and the one norm of given the square matrix, and the infinity of the given square matrix. So thank you, have a nice